This podcast is a part of the PodMania Podcasting Network. Check out podmania.co.uk to check out more of our great podcasts, features, reviews, match ratings and previews spanning the crazy and diverse world of professional wrestling.
You're listening to the PodMania Pro Wrestling Podcast, a sample of the best pro wrestling podcasts we can produce on our tiny budget. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Podcast Addict, CastBox, and all other podcast platforms. If it's wrestling you want, check out more of our great content at podmania.co.uk. Let's do this.
And welcome to another episode of the PodMania Podcast. I'm your host, Rob Goodwin. I'm joined as ever by my friend, my confidant, the sexy Scottish mofo that is Chris O'Brien. Chris O'Brien, how are you?
So, I'm a really big fan of creating projects that require me to make long spreadsheets.
I know you are a big fan of spreadsheets, if that's what you're asking, yes.
So yeah, I've made one for classic Doctor Who. I've picked out 102 stories.
Oh
I'm going to watch through, and I'm going to watch through them all eventually.
My God! So
finish the first one.
How many episodes was that?
4 episodes.
Do you feel more complete inside?
It took them 17 minutes to say something problematic, which is very impressive for a sci-fi serial from the 60s.
Oh, was it one of the very, very old ones?
Yeah, like William Hartnell.
I was just going to ask who's the Doctor in this.
Yeah, it's mad because I have like 20 more stories for Tom Baker than I do for everyone else because he was in the role for so long.
He's sort of the person that everyone thinks of when
It's
it comes to
him or
Doctor
David
Who.
Tennant that people think of.
David Tennant was fantastic.
Actually, Christopher Eccleston was fantastic. That's a stupid junk. Also, I've been watching more movies.
Congratulations.
Every time I say a movie I really like to Garth, he's like, yeah, it was okay, and I feel really bad inside.
That's because if Garth was ever positive or passionate about something, he'd explode into just a big ball of dust.
Have you seen his conversations about Star Wars? He still doesn't believe that it actually loved The Last Jedi.
That's because nobody loves The Last Jedi.
I love The Last Jedi.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you think you do. You don't.
What do you mean I think I do? I do.
You're incorrect.
Anyway, so Birdman I watched, which was really good.
Oh, I hate that film.
You hate Birdman?
I hate Birdman.
You fucking cretin.
It's such Oscar fodder that it belies the one thing.
I could describe most main events nowadays as melts of fodder. It doesn't take away their fucking merits.
That's exactly what it does for you. That is 100% what it does for you. And the one thing, if you ask anyone about Birdman, the only thing they say is, oh, it's really good how it's all set like it's one shot.
I can give you more than that.
That does not make a film good.
I love Jack Nicholson's performance. I really like the bit in the middle where you're part of his psychosis. It's really, really good.
It's a wank film.
I also watched Nomadland.
Nomadland?
Yeah, it's about a woman who was forced out of her home to now lived in a van.
Oh, right. Was that good?
It's one of those. It's one of those times where if I describe what happens, you're going to think it's wank, but it's like really. but it's like the emotional. One of the emotional high points is someone drops a plate. The plate meant a lot. It's one of those films where like you get sucked into it though. It's like a weird one. Like nothing really happens, but you're kind of affected by the end of it. I thought it was really good. It's in the top 20. I also rewatched Hot Fuzz.
Oh, tremendous film.
Really funny. Edgar Wright can do no wrong.
Absolutely. To be honest, the third one in the trilogy, the World's End, that gets better the more times you watch it.
I've actually never seen it. It's the one Cornetto trilogy film I haven't seen.
Watch it.
It's never on anything.
No, well, watch it. You'll think, and then watch it again, and you'll think, actually, that's not a bad film. And then watch it again, you'll be like,
It's Garth's favourite of 3, isn't it?
Well, yeah, that's because Garth's a massive smark.
Yeah, well, mine's probably Shaun of the Dead.
Mine's Hot Fuzz, just for the amount of quote-worthy lines that you can come out of it.
Leslie Keller was fucking murdered.
Thank you, Ed. Skid marks! Now has been childish. You've got a mustache? I know.
There's just something about the Bristol accent that makes everything funny.
The line that will forever live on in me is, everyone and their mums is packing guns round here. Oh yeah? Like who? Farmers. And? Farmers' mums. It's such a good line.
Also, it's weird, because also, you know how recently we had this argument about the Toy Stories?
It wasn't an argument, it was you giving off your stupid opinion and me and Garth telling you why you're wrong.
Excuse me, I held a Twitter poll, and your pick lost. My pick lost 2, Toy Story 2 won. But
it's because it was you and your smarky followers.
We have mostly the same followers. We host a podcast together. But I now have my order for the first 3. I'll be cold and dead in my grave before I acknowledge 4. Toy Story, for me, it goes 3, 2, 1. I think it just gets better with each one. I mean, like, you're angry now. You should see what happens when I mention what I think of Jurassic Park.
No, I think I'm more angry about Toy Story than I am about Jurassic Park.
But I love all 4 of the films. Honestly, if I was to give them a star rating, we'd all get the same star rating.
Okay.
Like, we'd all be 4.5.
Okay, I can give you that.
I'm not saying there's an objective best one, apart from if someone picks 4, in which case they should be shunned.
4 has its moments. 4 has its moments, but it's not on the par of 1, 2, or 3. I'll give you that.
I think what it is that 4 came out after like, for example, Pixar movies used to be 75% self-contained adventure, 25% existential dread. But now they're 75% existential dread and 25% self-contained adventure.
The end of Toy Story 4 is fantastic, the way they did it.
Yeah, it's but like it doesn't stack up to Pixar's output recently, like Coco and Soul.
I've heard good things about
incredible.
Soul. I've never seen Soul, but I've heard very good things about it.
It's very good. Like, the best praise I can give it is Graham Norton was in it, and I didn't feel annoyed by him once.
We've talked a lot about films, Chris. We should probably talk about some wrestling with this being a wrestling podcast. What do you think?
Wrestling and movies.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we have got our wheel. I've just realised that Chris can't actually see it, so give me a second so that he can see the wheel. Obviously, last week we watched Terry Funk versus...
so much fun.
You joke, it's just in a different window. We watched Mick Foley versus Terry Funk from IWA King of the Deathmatch. And we also watched Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker from Hell in a Cell 2015, which is quite appropriate as this Sunday I can really tell a lot
about you by what you have pinned onto your Microsoft Edge.
The fact that it's Microsoft Edge?
Well, I know that because somehow you managed to break Chrome.
Yes, I did break Chrome. You're right.
Because what you basically have pinned is Ring of Honor and Monday Night War stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's almost exactly what I have pinned on. And porn. And porn, obviously. I do love me some porn.
It's a bit extreme, mate.
The more extreme, the better, mate.
Yeah, consensual, non-consensual is your favourite. Anyway, let's get...
So, yeah, like I said, those were the matches that we watched last week. This week, added to the wheel.
The wheel's got smarkier since Garth left.
It really has. We've added Chris Jericho versus Ultimo Dragon from Bash at the Beach 1997, and the fantastic match between Randy Orton and Mick Foley from Backlash 2004. So our wheel is complete. Chris, let's see what we end up watching.
One of my picks. It's been weeks.
It has been weeks since one of your picks came up.
Oh man, that's the one I didn't want.
This is one of Garth's picks. Ric Flair versus Randy Savage from WrestleMania 8.
And it's my turn to replace one of Garth's picks. Yay.
This is a really, really good match. You can't fault the effort in this match. A really, really, really good match.
I can love the story.
The fact that it's the WWF Championship match in the middle of the fucking card and the main event is Hogan versus Sid Vicious, or Sid Justice as he was then, is an absolute fucking travesty, and one that is still annoying now. But even so, almost 30 years on, let's have a look at what our second and final match is going to be this week. I hope it's one of Chris's, otherwise he's going to kick the fuck off.
Oh, son of a bitch.
It's another one of Garth's.
Hey, it's a short one, though, so...
That is true. That is true.
It's like 10 minutes, so I think that qualifies for one more.
Do you want to watch one more?
We can do one more. We're not doing Lucha Underground today. We have the time.
That is true. Kurt Angle versus Rey Mysterio from SummerSlam 2002 is our second match, which is Rey's pay-per-view debut. It's hard to think of a WWF without Rey Mysterio, weirdly.
Yeah, the reason I started watching.
Yeah.
I think Kurt Angle is the reason I started watching TNA. So,
there you go. Two of your heroes.
They might both be appearing on a list for my channel soon.
Tease. Let's have a look then. The third and final match. Let's see what we get.
Another Garth pick. Can we cheat and spin the wheel again?
No, it's all on podcast now, unfortunately. Steven Regal versus Ultimo Dragon, Slamboree 1997 is our third and final match. But, Chris, there is a silver lining to the cloud if you want to see it. Of the three Garth picks that we've had, you get to choose two matches to fill it.
Oh, yes. It's going to be a Chris heavy wheel next week.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, for those who have listened to this podcast for a while, there will be a sound effect, and by the magic of podcast editing, we'll be back with our matches lined up and the order lined up. So, stay right there. And we're back. So what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is we are going to start with the opener of SummerSlam 2002 from August 25th, 2002. Rey Mysterio's pay-per-view debut against the American hero, the wrestling machine that is Kurt Angle. I've probably seen this match 4 times, Chris.
40 whole minutes of your life.
I mean...
Actually, no, it's closer to 36 because it's like 9 minutes long, isn't it?
Let's be perfectly honest, though, Chris. You know, I've just said I've watched it 4 times. There are worse matches to go out of my way to watch 4 times. This is a real clinic of wrestling. You
could watch like any Okada match from the last year.
What, in 9 minutes? Behave.
Yeah, okay. Okada, when was the last time Okada had a match? But I'm pretty sure his Yujiro one went like 15.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it'd be one of his Young Lion ones, I would have thought. Probably Wrestle Kingdom 6.
Oh, did you see that he's ripping off Saki Kashima?
With what?
He did a Rainmaker into a roll-up.
Amazing. Like, absolutely amazing.
Saki Kashima is a fucking trailblazer.
Innovator Saki.
Yeah, red belt Saki.
So anyway, the order we're going to go in is the opener from SummerSlam is going to open our podcast because obviously then we're going to go into Slamboree 997, Steven Regal versus Ultimo Dragon for the TV Championship. And then in the place it should have been at WrestleMania 8, we have got Savage and Flair in the main event.
How are you angry about a match that you weren't even alive to see?
Do you know what it is, Chris? Do you know what it is, Chris? Genuinely. At the moment, for those who don't know, I am reviewing the Monday Night Wars starting in 1995. And I'm reviewing every Raw, every Nitro, and every pay-per-view. And
you should add ECW in there just to be a completionist.
I did think about this, to be fair, but, you know, I've only got certain hours of the day.
ECW is like half an hour long.
The thing that's really wound me up about Hogan recently is just how flagrant his politicking was at this point, you know, from the Dungeon of Doom to the fact that even when he wasn't champion, he was in the main event, he was in all the main storylines, and the fact that all his matches are fucking dog shit in 1995. There is not one good Hogan match. He's had 2 passable matches in the entirety of 1995, and they're both against Vader.
Didn't he have one with Flair that was very good? Oh, no, that was in
that was
94.
He had one at Bash at the Beach 94 and one at Halloween Havoc 1994 in a Ric Flair retirement match. LOL!
Which one was the cage match?
Halloween Havoc 94.
I remember that one being really good.
That is really good. But again, not being horrible, but it's Flair. That isn't Hogan. Hogan's not had a match.
I don't think you need to apologise for being mean to Hogan.
Hogan hasn't had a match above 1 star. And I'm in week 11 and I've reviewed 3 pay-per-views from WCW. He's not had a match above 1 star.
Who's your superstar? Who's your wrestler of the project so far?
Bret Hart.
What's his best match so far?
He genuinely, it's not his best match, but he wrestled on In Your House 3 against Jean-Pierre Lafitte. No, Jean-Pierre Lafitte. And it had no right to be decent, but clearly Bret Hart was like, I'm going to fucking smash this.
That's the most aggressively French name I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah. Well, it's PCO, isn't it? So, and then I'd argue on the WCW side, probably Flair. I've just had a couple of good matches between Benoit and Eddie Guerrero. I think
because when I did my 97 thing last year, the best in WCW by far was Malenko.
Malenko I think he's only had 2 matches.
I think that's the problem is when they're like, for example, every time Ray turned up, he was better, but he was being put against like Prince Iakea. And like, what the fuck are you meant to do with that?
What are you meant to do with Prince Iakea? But what you've just said, what's been the best match so far? Bret Hart versus Diesel at Survivor Series. In fact,
we've watched that, haven't we?
We have. It's a very good match.
Is that the one where they tie up his leg?
Yes.
Yeah, that's very good.
Brett is just fantastic. And then he has another absolutely outstanding match the next month against the British Bulldog at In Your House 5, which saves that pay-per-view from being an absolute fucking dumpster fire.
I'm trying to think what my match of my 2000 project is so far. I think, I know what the match is Hajikong versus Akio. Akana? I've forgotten the name. I'm trying to think of a wrestler. It's probably Kabashi, to be honest.
That doesn't surprise me, to be fair.
He's really good.
Anyway, Chris, shall we get on with SummerSlam? We got slightly distracted. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to go to the Jump 2 section at the bottom, if you can't bother to do that, it's
exactly a minute in.
It's exactly a minute in. So if you're ready, SummerSlam 2002, fire it up on your Peacock or your WWE Network, and we'll join together in 3, 2, 1, play.
Look, I understand this is the most iconic Angle theme, but I do prefer TNA Angle. What the fuck is that attire? Horizontal stripes are not flattering, Kurt.
No, I'm not a massive fan of this attire.
It looks like he's about to go sunbathing in the 30s.
Looks like he's about to have a fantastic day out on the beach at Margate.
Yeah, you know what it looks like? You know those things that you poke your head through in Blackpool or Southport or like any English coastal town?
I know exactly what you mean. Oh my god, it's young Michael Cole.
At least it's not like Backstreet Michael Cole.
Backstreet Cole. All right.
Cole was good back then because it wasn't Vince controlling him, it was Paul Heyman.
Yeah, true. Just sounds like Harlem Heats. Is he going to fire out of the floor? It always disappoints me when he doesn't fire out of the floor. Oh, hello, Ray.
I thought you've seen this match 4 times. You forgot this.
I was being sarcastic, Chris.
What do you think of like Puffy Pants Mysterio?
Well, for many, many years, it was Puffy Pants Mysterio. It's only been the last couple of years where it hasn't been.
Yeah, like, I don't know, this is the way, it's probably to hide those knee braces.
He has, yeah.
My knee.
My left knee.
Come on, mate, he was never going to German Angle. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, what a fucking counter.
That was a sexy fucking counter right there. Mysterio Angle must be like, yes, finally, someone on my level who isn't Eddie or Benoit.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Like, there's there's a very good argument to be made that Angle's the best in the world at this point.
2002. Fucking hell.
Like,
Jesus.
I'm trying to think if this is a period where Kobashi was injured.
Do you know what? I'd go with that. Because New Japan wasn't exactly on the whole...
One sec, let me bring up... and like, for people who would go on to define the 2000s outside of WWE, so like, your Danielson,
Samoa Joe,
AJ, they were just getting started, so...
I don't think you're wrong, mate. I think Angle might be the best wrestler in the world at this point.
I'm just trying to think of any other contenders. One sec. Match Guy 2002. I'm split. After I finish with 2000, I'm split to making 2002 my next project. It's between 2002, 2007, and 2012. Benoit and Guerrero, maybe. They're very different kinds of wrestlers, though. But when you factor in that Angle had only been going like 2 years at this point.
Exactly. I think he debuted Survivor Series 99, didn't he? Fucking wheelbarrow German was beautiful.
2.5. To be fair, this is the SmackDown 6 era.
Yeah, it is.
Look at Mysterio's like really trying to impress here, isn't he?
Already
There's
this is such a
urgency
good fucking match.
There's so much urgency.
There is.
Like,
I mean,
they're not wasting a second.
SummerSlam 2002 is a notoriously good SummerSlam, one of the best SummerSlams.
Notoriously good.
And this is the one of, if not the talking point from this show. This really good show.
Mm-hmm.
Which shows how good this match is.
I'm going through 2002's match guide. Maybe some of the Noah guys like Misawa, Takayama. It looks like Kobashi was off for a lot of this year. Or at least for the latter half of it.
Kawada, maybe?
Kobashi. Kawada. What's he doing in 2002? He was in All Japan. Maybe. The pillars were kind of beat up from the 90s. Which, to be fair, makes sense. If you've watched even one of them matches.
Yeah.
Like, if I took the bump from the Tiger Driver 19...
Oh, no.
That Kawada took, or I took the bump from the fucking Gonzo bomb that Misawa took, I'd never wrestle again.
Or if I took that bump where the German suplex off of the ramp onto the floor that he gave to Kobashi.
Tenryu's really good.
In 2002?
Yeah, no, Tenryu was good right up until like 2003. It's insane how long he stayed good.
Yeah. Oh my god, just everything's so fucking clean in this match.
Yeah, everything's just flowing into each other. It's like a Timothy Thatcher match.
Like, these are two of the best to ever lace them up. But even so, like, just that little springboard from Ray there, like, there's no waiting, there's no pauses. Oh no, his left knee.
Oh, my knee. We have to really hope we never meet Rey Mysterio.
I don't think there's any damage of that, Chris. I don't think there's any worry about that.
Hey, I like Rey Mysterio. He's like the reason I ever got into wrestling. It's his fault.
I forgot Undertaker took on Test in this paper.
Oh yeah, of the Un-Americans.
And it was actually a decent match.
Scouring through cage matches, match guides, there's not many contenders for Angle.
No.
For best wrestler in the world at this point. Kobashi didn't do a ton in 2002. Misawa was slowing down.
Understandably.
Akiyama. So in my head, it's basically Akiyama,
Angle,
Ray.
Benoit, Guerrero.
Yeah, so it's basically Akiyama of SmackDown 6, I think, apart from Edge.
Yeah,
and
Edge
Chavo.
was good, but he's not on that level.
Or Chavo.
Or Chavo, yeah.
Or Chavo.
Angle's repeatedly come out and said, though, that his favourite opponent was Benoit.
I mean...
You look at some of the
sense.
matches that they had, you know, WrestleMania 17, Backlash 2001, Royal Rumble 2003. They were all fantastic matches.
Oh yeah, they had great chemistry. They killed it every time. I didn't realise what I was saying there.
Ray Ray? Why is he calling him Ray Ray? Shut up, Cole.
It's his pet name when we call him in bed. Oh, going to the face.
Just love it.
Everything's flowing.
Release German.
There's
Belly
no
to belly,
contrivance.
sorry.
There's like properly no contrivances in this match.
No wasted motion at all.
Do you think there's ever been a better opening match?
Oh, it's a good question. You're going to be hard-pressed to find one. Gee, what a bump. Jesus.
He wins.
He didn't even touch the fucking ropes.
Jiminy Crickers.
Jiminy Crickers.
Ay, ay, ay.
Ay, caramba.
Cowabunga did. That's like one of the few good Family Guy jokes. It's like, do you have any references? Cowabunga, yo gabba gabba.
Ref, what are you doing, you fucking ring piece? Get out of the way.
They kept doing this to Mysterio. We keep letting him not dive. Really, I remember from when I was 10, when Mysterio was going for the US title against MVP. And they stopped him from diving, and I was so mad about referees. I was like, let him win the championship, ref.
That's fucking lunacy.
Ray's a Grand Slam winner, right?
No, he never won the... Oh, yes, he did.
He won the US last year, didn't he?
I don't think he won the IC.
No, he's been IC champion. He beat JBL for it at Mania 25.
Yes, he did. That was when JBL quit.
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah,
I missed Rey Mysterio so much. Like, none... Because he's not really featured in any divisions in WWE. Like, I refuse to watch a Dolph Ziggler match just to see Rey Mysterio. And the same last year, I refused to watch the Seth Rollins match just to see Rey Mysterio.
Oh, no. Stop it.
You're not allowed to show porn on pay-per-view. And also my 2000 project, but just he's unmasked him and not using it. It turns out when you take one of the most iconic masks off of someone, people care less.
Yeah.
You know what? Next year I choose is going to be a Rey Mysterio heavy year. Oh no, I risked my knee for nothing. Oh, boom.
And Mysterio, he can smell it, he can taste it. A huge upset on the horizon.
It's bad because we have nothing to say. It's just good.
It's just such a good match.
Mysterio wants to finish off Kurt Angle. Mysterio
Wants to finish off Kurt Angle. Hello.
He doesn't.
He's measuring Kurt Angle.
See, I feel like every other match after this is going to be a disappointment. Oh, Jesus. Oh, damn. The Okada. Angle has an angle written on his boot.
He does.
Such nerd shit.
Rey Mysterio, what is he going to do here? Who the hell knows? Look at this.
Oh, no. Kurt, stop it.
That's...
A Frankensteiner into a fucking ankle lock. Stop it, Kurt.
You naughty, naughty man.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's going to grapevine. It's going to be the best thing ever.
Oh, he's tapped.
There's no shame in losing that match, to be fair.
What a fucking match.
How long was that match?
With entrances, it's 10 minutes.
That is get in, get out, steal the show. Amazing. 9 minutes 20 that match went.
Right, I'm going to pause it. Angle's bleeding from the top of his head for some reason. Don't know when that happened.
This is the second shortest match on the card. If you don't count the dark match.
What was
the only match shorter is Taker versus Test, because Taker will murder you if you suggest going longer than 10 minutes.
I mean, Chris, what do you think of that?
It's just so good. Like, there was not a moment in that match where I'm like, that makes no sense. Everything just flowed into each other. It was like water. Believe it or not, Meltzer only gave it 3 3/4.
Well, he's wrong.
To be fair, most people on Cage Match are saying 8. I'm veering on a 9. I'm veering on like 4.5. I adored that.
Considering that was 9 minutes long. And you think about Rey Mysterio in general, a lot of Rey Mysterio's moveset, especially now, is by its very nature very contrived. And not one spot in that match felt contrived. Every spot, every moment, every counter felt earned. I mean, again, you're looking at two of the best who have ever laced up a pair of boots. Never mind just in the WWF, ever, in Rey Mysterio and Kurt Angle. But just everything felt so organic. Just, the little roll into the ankle lock at the start, beautiful. The finish felt organic. The finish felt really, really, really good, and it felt natural. Didn't overstay its welcome. Yeah, I'm spaffing myself over the match. I'm giving it 4 3/4. I loved that match.
Damn.
I think
would that be your match of 2002 then?
It's Mania 18, isn't it?
Yeah.
There are some. I mean, you look at No Mercy 2002, that tag match.
Oh, that tag match. Another Mysterio angle.
Another Mysterio and Angle. Undertaker versus Hogan from Judgment Day 2002. I couldn't even get that out. This is certainly up there. What a match. 9 minutes and I've given it 4 3/4. And the only reason this hasn't got a 5-star, 5 stars, is because it just needed a little bit of drama from a storyline to make it 5 for me. But as a straight up, pure wrestling match, effectively a cold wrestling match, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. What a match. Anyway, let's move on. It's time to move back in time a little bit, Chris. 5 years.
Back to the start. 5 years, I was but a baby.
We're going to look at the very start of potentially the best year, depending 97, 98, the best years for WCW. And we talked about two of the best to ever lace them up in Mysterio and Kurt Angle. And here we have one of the best in Ultimo Dragon taking on potentially one of the most underrated in Steven Regal. And the only reason I say he's underrated is because he's never in the conversation.
Underutilized is better, I think, because underrated implies that no one knows how good he is, but everyone knows how good he is.
Let's put it this way: on a shite pay-per-view that is uncensored 996, he had a blow-away match. He's just able to have a blow-away match with anyone. It's just the way that, WCW made his entire TV title reign go to fucking time limit draws. Anyway, we're looking at Slamboree 997, May 18th, 1997. The TV title match is the opener from Slamboree. Steven Regal versus Ultimo Dragon. If you're ready, Chris, let's dive straight the fuck in. So, 3, 2, 1, play.
We are live. Look at this crowd on
So also on this card is Glacier versus Mortis.
Not being funny, the Great American Bash 1997, Glacier versus Mortis. Oh no, it was Glacier versus Wrath. I apologise. It was actually a decent match.
But what I don't get, if you were going to parody any Mortal Kombat, why pick Mortal Kombat 3?
True.
This is in the Independence Arena in Charlotte, North Carolina.
It does make me laugh, the disparity between the real-life storyline that they were doing with the NWO and then fucking Glacier.
the whatever of Doom was still about.
Has William Regal got a love bite?
I wouldn't be surprised. There was also Meng versus Benoit in a death match.
Wow, this really is just a complete repackaging of Great American Bash 1997.
Great American Bash hasn't happened yet. The TV title was passed among a lot of good wrestlers in 97. And also Prince IK. What the fuck?
Sonny Ono, I love Sonny.
A disposal camera.
This isn't the show where Ultimo Dragon gets surprised by his pyro, is it?
Well, he very clearly isn't surprised by that.
No.
Oh, no. Oh, is that thing Larry Atto was put on Twitter yesterday?
Was that where I saw it?
I think that was a show in Japan.
No longer Lord Regal. No, it's Steve Regal.
But to be fair, that pyro did go off in his fucking face.
It did go off in his fucking face.
So what's your favourite Ultimo Dragon match?
I'm not overly well versed in Ultimo Dragon matches. Like, I don't know any of his run in Dragon Gate.
What, his current one?
No, the initial run. I don't know, obviously he did a lot of work in Mexico that I'm not familiar with. The only real work... Look, Love Bite. The only real work that I'm familiar with Ultimo Dragon is WCW. He had some fantastic matches against, like, Psychosis, Hoovy. He had a really good match with Yuji Nagata, actually.
A really good match against Malenko at Clash of Champions.
He did, actually. That was this year, wasn't it?
97, yeah.
Yeah. Was that Clash of Champions 31?
I never paid attention to the numbers.
I think it's either the one just before Sold Out or just after Sold Out.
It was just before.
Just a wild kick there from
Right,
Regal.
what's your favourite Regal match then?
Do you know what? I'm going to go Regal versus Belfast Brawler at Uncensored 96. It's basically just a shoot fucking fight. It's great.
Oh yeah, didn't he have to get actual stitches?
He had his nose broken. Finlay just literally lamped him one in the face. But, he's had...
Fane send his regards.
He's had some great matches.
Mine is probably his Cesaro match.
Bloody hell.
Like his last run in NXT was incredible. It's that World of Sport style.
It's that World of Sport style.
It's still something that annoys me every time right now, anytime any English person rocks something in. Oh, it's that World of Sport style.
Oh, they'd lose their mind over Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh, they do, and it fucks me up when Ospreay does it, and they're like, "Oh, it's that World of Sport style," and it's like, bitch.
Ospreay is anything but World of Sport style.
Yeah,
he's literally the opposite.
I'm pretty sure he was trained in Lucha Britannica.
He was. That's exactly where he was.
I'm having a look at Regal's case match to see if there's anything I like better than maybe his Chris Hero match. His Brian stuff.
Yeah, his Brian stuff is very good. He's a man, such a man.
There's that rap he cut on R-Truth on Superstars.
There's weirdly the stuff with Eugene, where he was
that promo he cut on Triple H.
Yeah. You've made an enemy out of me. War games.
War games. I hate that became a meme though, because I'm just sick of war games. Like, it doesn't need to happen every year. War games.
That's it now. War games.
It's infectious.
I just want to... We were talking about that World of Sport style.
We should get some more sports on the wheel.
And we were talking about Zack Sabre Jr. I don't suppose you've seen what his new move's called, have you?
I have not been keeping up with New Japan, so I couldn't tell you.
He defeated Yuya Uemura on June the 15th at Korakuen with a move genuinely called Selected Technical Works 2004 to 2013. That is genuinely
Such a piece of shit.
He's absolute fucking shithousery.
Like, I still can't get over orienteering with Napalm Death.
Such a good... Oh, he is hilarious.
I still loved Wrestle Kingdom last year, where he's in a tag match against Sonada going into their Rev Pro match the next day with like, "You're locking on a Dragon Sleeper like that with Tatsumi Fujinami in the building. You should be ashamed."
It was when he said, when they were wrestling at Budokan, and he was like, well, if Ibushi's going to go to the top and do a fucking massive moonsault, I'm going to move, aren't I?
Apparently the SJ Yamura match was very good.
It was very good.
Have you seen it?
I have, believe it or not.
Huh.
Only on in the background. Only on in the background, so I actually missed the finish.
Have you seen the Suzuki match?
I haven't.
Why did you go out your way to watch the Zack one, but not the
I can't
Suzuki
remember. I can't remember why I watched it, to be perfectly honest.
Was it to get the name of his new move?
I think it was.
I should watch, because I really like the Mora match with Suzuki. But then again, Suzuki's just one of the best wrestlers ever, so... I can't believe AJ versus Suzuki has been on that wheel for as long as it has.
I know. There's been quite a lot that have been on the wheel for a long time, though.
Yeah, it's like we add shit and
that gets picked instantly.
Well, not Necro versus Joe.
Do you know what? Genuinely, we haven't actually spoken a lot about this match, but this match is really technically sound.
Yeah, it's a very solid match. It's not setting my loins are burning, bro.
No, it's not, along the lines of fucking Kurt Angle and Rey Mysterio, but...
It's no orienteering with Nate. Oh, I keep forgetting fucking everyone spaffed over the Ospreay Sabre match from earlier this year.
I love the fact that the referee is selling the kicks from Ultimo Dragon. That's fantastic. Oh, shit, no.
Oh, getting the nose. That's a big strategy over in the Orient.
The Orient.
I still never get over that. I still love a cage match. We don't say Japan, but like in the Asia region.
The Asia region.
That's what, like,
I
one
love
of the
this knee bar.
I think one of the better things of Jericho's run on commentary last year, where he kept saying the Orient.
How many times do you actually get to see a man dressed like a rooster standing on his head on the top rope? Well, not many, Brain, you're right. And kind of a half crab here, and Regal fights to the bottom rope.
And trying to decide whether or not it's worth watching the All Japan Junior Battle of Glory.
Jesus, I thought we'd already had this conversation.
Yeah, we did, but I still haven't decided. Because it's either that or Gaism.
Watch them both.
Junior Battle of Glory is 2 shows.
Watch it all.
But I'd have to watch 3 Akira Francesco matches. And every time I hear his name, I just think of the car from Cars 2.
Yeah.
The one who's very much coded to be Fernando Alonso. And then they just straight up have Lewis Hamilton in the movie. It's weird.
Plancher from Regal? Surely not.
Oh, that would never happen. He would never...
He'd never stoop to that level.
That is not the gentleman's way.
He'd never stoop to Kenny Olivier's level.
Fucking hell. That's been like the one good thing about Garth not being here.
I've said many times, many times, as a historian, I could listen to Cornette talk all day, but yeah, his opinions are far too... They're there for controversy's sake, but like I say, as an actual wrestling historian and as a wrestling mind, he's tremendous.
It's Friday, so it would have been the Dark Side last night. Mm-hmm. What was last night's Dark Side?
I have no idea.
You're meant to be the play-by-play here, man. I'm the colour.
It's really hard to talk about this match, though, to be fair. It's technically sound. That's all you can say. It's a very submission-heavy...
Oh, no, it wraps up yesterday. Dynamite Kid, they're taking the break, the mid-season break. I really want to see the I just really want the FMW episode.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it.
Because everything, it's like, I've heard Collision and Career stuff. I've heard the Dynamite Kid stuff. The Grizzly Smith stuff seems far too...
Yeah, far too dark for me.
Yeah. Like, I know that Jake Roberts is going to break down, and I can't.
Yeah, I can't. I love the man too much. I can't watch that. So, what I don't really understand here is, at the start of the match, are we seeing a little bit of a double turn here? Because the way Ultimo Dragon is wrestling is inherently heel. We can't say that Dragon isn't wrestling heel here.
They're all heels in the Orient.
But yet, the way that Regal entered the ring suggests that he's the heel. Oh my God, look at that reversal. Oh.
Nice counter by Regal. Broke that cross.
Is this going to go to the Regal stretch? Behave, William.
The Regal stretch one more time. Dragon using his knees and his elbows to try to maneuver towards the ropes.
Yeah, but Regal never lost track of what he was trying to do.
Oh, Regal, you dirty, dirty man.
All right, calm down, Chris.
All fucking dirty in Blackpool, like. I can't believe he never came out once in the takeovers.
We saw trips, it's fine. Oh.
Saw Trip twice. We were like 2 inches in Trips.
Referee Mark Curtis checks with Dragon.
It was crazy how close we were to Trips and how much Garth didn't care.
Well, he speaks limited English. With that, speaks a lot of.
He's been on, like, just try a different move, William. It's clearly not going to happen.
He knows how to say uncle, and that's the bottom line.
See, that was always going to happen, William. They're savages in the Orient. You know, so you know how YouTube will recommend the most watched thing from a channel if you've watched that channel recently?
Mm-hmm.
So because I've watched the Ring of Honor channel recently, the thing is the most watched thing on Ring of Honor's channel this year, top 5 most watched videos are Women of Honor matches.
Oh, say again.
Like the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos of on the Ring of Honor channel are Women of Honor matches.
Yeah, I've seen
because because people just see Tyler Hendricks and go, ooh, who's in it? It's like Hendricks versus Scott versus Klein versus Kimberly. How did Kimberly get the full name, but not anyone else? Mandy Leon versus Sumi Sakai versus Deonna Purrazzo versus Hanina. Mandy Leon versus Tyler Hendricks. I'm sure that was great. Solo Darling's really good. Oh, fucking Sumi Sakai and Brandy Rhodes versus Jenny Rhodes and Mandy Leon. That sounds awful. Brandy Rhodes.
No.
She's never been a good wrestler.
He hurt him, though. Yeah, he hurt him, too.
You know, sometimes to be a great wrestler, you have to know the pressure points.
Ooh, right underneath. Ooh, that was lovely.
Oh, beautiful.
Flippy shit. Flippy shit. Flippy shit. Dive.
Oh, hello, Sonny.
Yeah, we've seen this before.
Oh, they can all kick down in the Orient. Tell you what, I bet you can't guess the most watched match that's not Women's of Honor match on the Ring of Honor channel.
I probably can't, you're right.
Take a guess.
Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly from Final Battle 2012.
No. It is Leo Rush versus Punter Pimp Martinez.
No, I wouldn't have got that, Jesus.
And then it's Steen versus Generico, and then it's Steen versus Black, and then it's Steen versus... They really like Steen.
Steen's great, that's why. Moonsault misses. Here we go. Is this going to be the moment?
No, it's so nonchalant from Regal. I think I'm going to throw you in a Regal stretch. It's no big deal. Nothing but chicken wing. Tiger Driver.
Oh, nice.
No,
I'm a big fan of that.
Because we all do Tiger Drivers in the Orient.
Shout out to his bro, Misawa.
Tiger Mask.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Ooh. That was lovely. Regal's really desperate.
I was surprised to see Dragon counter the double arm suplex attempt by Regal as well.
And Regal came right back and countered that into the roll-up, and I'm telling you.
Ultimo Dragon is someone who might not have gotten as big as if he had a shit mask. Like, we now see El Samurai as the big.
Oh, we're in the ropes.
Oh, that's down one rope break.
Pure rules.
Pure. Hey, tell me you don't want to see Regal in Pure Rules.
That's true.
Regal, what do you think? War Games.
War Games.
I happen to think those kicks
Ray, what do you think? My left knee.
Regal, as you can see, both men just
Photographer from WrestleMania 9.
He needs to get a cover, though. He's wasting too much time right there. Both men are drained.
AJ, the world is flat.
but I'd have still gone for the cover.
Daniel, the world is green.
Try the Tiger suplex. Nice block by Regal.
And outside again at the feet of Sonny Ono.
Tangaloa. Fuck.
Referee looking this time.
Cool.
Dragon back in, up and down. Regal just stepped away.
A young Samoa Joe took notes.
I am a big fucking fan of that. Just walk nonchalantly out of the way.
I can see you coming.
That is tremendous. I was just going to say this match is going a touch long, but it's all worth it just for that one spot. Acai moonsault.
That's his patented move called the acai moonsault, and he
That's what I said right
couldn't-
today.
You couldn't see it. You couldn't see it coming. I see it coming.
That would have worked really, really well if you'd have got it out the first time.
Yeah.
That's I didn't see it coming.
And he can't lose it out there. That's what the point you were making.
Luchasaurus was in Ring of Honor. That's funny.
Right, we've seen this. Sonny,
Come on.
stop it.
And Dragon pushed him out of the way. Sonny pushed him.
He didn't see. Oh yeah, here we go.
Sonny Ono.
Stop kicking me.
Why is everybody kicking me? Stop it!
Accident. You know what an accident is? Yeah, I know an accident, but that wasn't one. Well, he didn't mean
Bandido
to hit the
versus
man.
Rich. I'm sure that's what it did.
Picks him up.
Oh,
A front suplex.
I thought that was an aside DDT.
oh my God. Is it finally going to be the Regal stretch, Chris?
Putting up the peace sign.
The Regal stretch is on.
Uncle him.
He's pulling, cranking on the head, the arm. The legs are grapevine. He ain't going no place. He's not giving up yet. Curtis looking in. Did he get up?
That was okay.
And there we
Too
go.
long.
No, he's not still champion. That's the issue, isn't it?
Make champions and destroy.
So yeah, Regal must be wrestling face against Ultimo Dragon.
time in his career.
He says as he starts stamping on him.
I think face and heels were fluid.
Yeah. Oh, his love bite's gone. So let's pause that there. Chris, what was your opinion on that match?
That was good. A bit too much dead space at points.
Yeah, I agree. Where it was, this is going to sound really daft now, but where it was good, it was very good. But they could have trimmed maybe 2 or 3 minutes off that match. I think it went 16 minutes, this match. They
Actually, I
could have
think you
easily...
could have done 5.
Yeah, easily. And this would have been a darn sight better match. But you look at the submission-based offense, the transitions. I'm a fan of the match. Obviously, nowhere near to the point of SummerSlam 2002, but I'm a fan of the match. Chris, what would you give it, though?
3 1/4, 3.5.
I've given it 3.5. I think 3.5's fair. I think it gets an extra half a star for me. Just for Regal moving out of the fucking way in the most nonchalant way I've ever seen. I think that was absolutely brilliant. So, we'll give that 3.5. And let's move on to our main event now, Chris. We're marching on to WrestleMania 8, April 5th, 1992, where the WWF Championship match, despite the fact that they call it a double main event, is smack dab in the middle of the fucking card. Yes, they could easily have done Ric Flair versus Hulk Hogan. I don't buy for a second the official line that, it didn't draw very well at house shows. No, you're wrong. And Bash at the Beach 94 showed you that you were wrong.
You're really angry about this for no reason.
I don't understand how we could have had Hogan versus Flair at WrestleMania. We ended up with Hogan versus Sid in one of the worst WrestleMania main events I've ever seen in my life. And that was the main event. Not Flair versus Savage or even Flair versus Hogan. It was Flair versus fucking Sid. And they chose this really botched shit ending as well, which was even worse. And it really winds me up. Anyway, enough of that. The two matches that are really worth noting on WrestleMania 8 are the aforementioned Flair versus Savage match, which we're going to watch in a second. And I think you mentioned it earlier, Chris, the Rowdy Roddy Piper versus Bret Hart Intercontinental Championship match, which was also tremendous. Anyway, let's move on to 1 hour, 14 minutes and 29 seconds. You should get a lovely derpy face from Mean Gene Okerlund as your little pause point. And if we're ready, we're going to go to Whoa, Whoa, WrestleMania 8. Pump it up. Anyway, 3, 2, 1, play.
This is what it's all about. One half of the big double main event.
Isn't this one of those cases where it's only like 15,000 people, but it looks bigger than it actually is?
I think the official announced attendance was about 60,000.
Right, okay. Does anyone actually believe that?
Well, it's a stadium, so...
But it's not like...
There's not a great deal of empty seats there.
No, but like, it's not as big a stadium as what we used to run. It's like the size of a normal arena.
It's no Silver Dome.
No. Dum, 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 dum. 2001: A Space Odyssey. Stanley Kubrick, you crazy fucker. Is that what people used to look like in the 90s?
No. I mean... Is it Heenan on commentary? Is it Gorilla Monsoon and Heenan? It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
The best commentary duo. Are you going to say JR and Paul Heyman?
Yeah. At least as far as WWE goes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, as far as WWE goes, 100%, but...
Yeah, if you look, that's like the size of a normal arena.
Oh, he's just so good, isn't he? Also, why is Flair coming out first?
Right, you ask this every time, and it's because WWE don't give a fuck.
Yeah, okay. Obviously, Flair winning the 1992 Royal Rumble, one of the best Royal Rumble matches in WWF history. We did watch-along to that match, actually. Episode 200 of the PodMania Podcast in the archives. Go and check it out.
Oh,
yeah. Ooh, yeah.
He's taking his... Flair took too long for his entrance, he had to get...
Get down there, Randy. Savage!
It's so mad to me that the WWE didn't run, like, after this, basically, they didn't run stadiums. They ran like MSG and other smaller arenas up until
they ran
17.
Where did they run 9? They ran 9 at the
in Caesar's parking lot.
Caesar's Palace, yeah.
Parking lot.
I think the next stadium was well, not stadium. 17 was a dome.
That's basically a stadium.
18 was a dome. 19 was a baseball stadium, wasn't it? Seattle.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it is quite mental when you think about it. I can't get my head around the fact that Savage, spoilers, Savage wins the belt here. And...
Damn it, Rob.
Yeah, isn't on the card at Mania 9.
Wasn't he...
He was commentating.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, because Vince thought he was too old.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. As Hogan had just won the as Hogan wins the championship. Yeah, exactly.
Savage... Have you ever seen Savage had a match against, I think it was Tenryu in All Japan at the Wrestling Summit.
Oh, yeah. It's where Bret Hart faces Tiger Mask.
Yeah, which is a surprising dud.
Yeah, it's a surprisingly crap match.
It didn't. I don't know why. It's such a dream match, but it just didn't meld. I'm gonna look at Randy Savage's career to see if he's ever wrestled. Nope, he's never wrestled for Preston City Wrestling. Or,
Fans of the show, Preston City Wrestling.
Yeah, or the Inoki Genome Federation. But what about Flair? No, he's eliminated from a Rumble. Flair's 72. Oh my god. No, he's never wrestled for PCW, unfortunately. Yep. Yeah. Oh, Flair had some matches in who did he wrestle in All Japan? Hiroshi Wajima. I don't know. Screwed up. I must have. They lost, but he won by DQ. But that must have been good. Tiger Mask. Was that Masawa Tiger? It wasn't Masawa Tiger Mask. And Yahtzee.
Sorry.
Savage has got to pin him. Savage is going to have to make him give up. That's right. Flair's not a quitter.
What's that, Rob?
And he's too good to be pinned. He walked through 29 men at the Royal Rumble.
Listen how passionate Bobby Heenan is here. And then you think about the work he did in WCW, and he just wasn't asked, was he, at all?
He's going to come here in front of this audience and take the belt from this man. Forget it.
It all remains to be seen as right now, Macho Man on the receiving end as the champion is starting to unload with that heavy artillery. Look at this suplex.
Look at it. Bloody hell. It's a pretty impressive suplex from Flair there.
No, because I'm not going to hear back in time. Well, I can't twist the word on that, so I need to actually get.
I wonder if Chris realised that we can hear everything he says on the podcast because he hasn't muted his mic.
I thought I had.
No.
You better. For fuck's sake.
No, we genuinely. I'm only joking. The only thing I heard there was I thought, and then.
Come on, Rick.
Right, yeah. What's that?
Show me the pictures.
Show me the
I want to
pictures.
see it on the big screen.
Oh, this isn't the storyline where Elizabeth was mine before she was yours. I wonder if that was this storyline.
On the kisser of Ric Flair as he knows he's well in control of this one. And back is taking a tremendous beating.
Things about Flair's chops, they're very hit and miss.
I think it. Well, I don't necessarily agree. It's in what way do you think they're hit and miss?
Like, they're over, but they're not always great.
They make a good sound 9 times out of 10. That I don't think you can disagree with.
Her heart's still pounding for that man in there.
No, not so.
Ah, yeah, it is that storyline. The whole Elizabeth was mine before she was yours.
That's your only
Woo! Oh no, was that WCW? That might have been WCW. I don't know. Someone tell me in the comments.
He wants to do some further damage to that kidney area, and he certainly does just that.
I wonder if Elizabeth's singing that famous
Punch
song.
him in the face.
Give me one, Monsoon. Give me one. on, spit that banana out and do it.
Heenan's great at this point. He really is.
Macho Man in deep trouble here. But we all
A suplex into the
know
ring
his mind.
in 1992. Flair, you beast. Look at that.
You madman.
Strength of Flair.
Savage is taking a beating. He's just running on fumes now.
He's not. Where's this blood come from? On the mat.
He's just running on fumes.
What match had all the blood on?
Like a child with silly putty.
Let's have a look at the card.
He's just
Sorry, I had to deal with my niece.
That's fine.
She walked in going, "Oh, can I go to my friends?" I'm like, "Well, I'm gonna have to check with your granddad first because I'm not technically in charge of you."
That's what you do.
Because I'm like, you might get kidnapped or something. I don't know.
Have we said no? It's fine. She's gone to her friends.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically.
You're the champ.
Right. Question again, Chris.
Yeah.
Because I know that you weren't here when I asked the question the first time. Where the fuck has all the blood come from on the
You
mat?
are perfect.
That would be from Piper.
Is that
Flair.
Piper Brett?
Piper Brett. If you look at on all these 90 shows, we didn't clean the mat.
Because I was looking at it and going, I can't see the blood coming from Jim Duggan, Sergeant Slaughter, the Big Boss Man, and Virgil against Repo Man, the Mountie, and the Nasty Boys. I don't think that needs colour.
You didn't. To be fair, everyone bladed back then.
That is true. That is true. I mean, it would not surprise me if Flair ends up with colour in this match. In fact,
wouldn't
I'm
surprise
sure
me.
he does.
It's Flair.
Yeah, I think he hits the guardrail,
As is his want.
as is his want, absolutely.
I still love that with Brock Lesnar. He can't blade, so he just cuts himself open
Yeah, just
hardware.
hard way does it.
No, because that's safer.
I must admit, I'm enjoying the atmosphere of this match. And the commentary team are doing a tremendous job of putting over how much is in this match.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to be good. Cabana Man Dan versus Derek Neal at New South Pro Wrestling. I have independent wrestling TV for a month because I literally just had to buy it because I needed footage for my video for one match and I couldn't find it anywhere else. So I'm like, fine, I guess I need to pay £7 for independent wrestling TV. So I'm going to make sure I get my money's worth. Watch so much Wheeler YouTube that my head will spin.
Oh,
What
here
do
we
you think
go.
of Savage's attire?
I'm a fan of Savage's attire.
Oh, but he's got so much bulk there.
Oh, yeah. He was right up in Flair's gooch then.
Right up in his point purse.
Why does Flair ever go to the top?
How
many
one day it will work.
The man's 183, Chris. If it ain't work yet, it's not going to work.
Law of averages dictate. Oh, it's Earl Hebner in this match. Fuck Earl Hebner. I hate Earl Hebner. Jesus.
That was very high on his neck.
I thought he was going to do a pop-up European there. Go full Cesaro.
Think about the reaction that these 60,000 people are giving to Savage. And then look at Vince going, yeah, I think he's too old. Oh? No, that one didn't work out. Flair, stop going to the top rope, son.
That was literally a spot from the Team Dot matches.
It is.
Huh, that's an interesting one. It's we have a pick one to happen. Io Shirai versus Thunder Rosa, Io Shirai versus Julia, Io Shirai versus Bayley, or Io Shirai versus Asuka.
What was the second one?
Julia.
Io Shirai versus Julia or Io Shirai versus Asuka.
I think
There we
Shirai
go.
versus Asuka has been like
And-
criticized by Fed fans so much.
That blade job is the most obvious blade job I've ever seen in my life.
He is not subtle with his blade jobs, is Ric Flair. Oh, it's announced that the next one of the next Stardom shows, Momo versus Hina, Momo being buried.
Oh, God. Disqualifying. Is he going to do the Flair flop? Yes, the Flair flop. I love the Flair flop.
It was a big day for me when I found out the reason so many wrestlers had weird lines in their head is because of blades.
Yeah. Devon Dudley. That fucking forehead.
Oh, Dusty.
Yeah, they have seen some shit, haven't they? This match is great.
Through the Brody. For the time, it's really good.
It's really, really good.
Fun.
Savage very rarely has bad WrestleMania matches. I mean, nobody's matches were good at WrestleMania 4, in fairness. He carried Hogan to one of Hogan, if not the best Hogan WrestleMania match at WrestleMania 5. Warrior at WrestleMania 7. Steamboat definitely at WrestleMania 3. Even the ridiculous stipulations in the match against Crush at WrestleMania 10.
Oh, it's just come out that Shuri and Utami are the first 5-star rated Meltzer match since Akira Hokuto versus Manami Toyota.
Wow, when was that?
26 years ago.
Fucking hell. Fair play to the two women.
I mean, that Meltzer doesn't tend to rate matches that highly too often.
True, he just tends to give them the default 4.5, doesn't he?
Yeah, that seems to be if that is his default, though, it's ridiculous.
Is it going to be the...
I mean, does he have... It's not... What did he expect him to do? A fucking shooting star press?
Imagine. It's the elbow drop. 1,
Savage,
2.
Savage is very good at Savage is very good at keeping form on an elbow drop.
Yeah, he's the best. I mean, to be fair, nobody kicks out. Unless you're the Ultimate Warrior, obviously, who kicked out of about 5 of them.
To be fair, that was Savage's decision.
It was Savage's decision.
Kairi Sane?
For me, Kairi Sane's it's almost a different move. They have two completely different forms.
Can you believe when she first signed they were going to not let her use it?
I know, because Bayley does it. Oh my god. Brass knucks. Perfect, you dirty bastard.
You know who has a surprisingly good elbow drop?
Bayley.
Eric Young.
Oh.
This is just making me want to play Fire Pro. Might start a new E-Fed in Fire Pro.
Pin him. 1, 2. Listen
CGL.
to the reaction.
Chris's Graps League.
Chris's Graps League. Fucking state of Flair's head.
You can say that for every Flair match, to be fair.
That is true.
Did he have a match at 9? No, he was gone before 9.
No, he left. Yeah, he left, I think, on the third ever episode of Raw. Lost a loser leaves town match to Perfect.
Yeah, and he dropped the belt to Brett in a very disappointing match. To be fair, it was on Smack and Whack'em, so...
What, the WWF Championship?
Yeah.
He loses it to Savage here.
Yeah, but no, because he was champion again at some point. And he lost back to Flair.
Oh, I see.
One sec, let me look at the lineage of WWE title.
Liz! It's Elizabeth! You get away from me, man!
She's moving remarkably well for someone in heels. Flair, Savage. Yeah, Savage won it back from Flair on Primetime Wrestling. No, Flair won it back from Savage rather in September, and then drop it to Hart in October.
I see.
Wasn't this a rematch? No, it was Warrior. No, who had the rematch at Wembley?
Warrior Savage. And that was where they did the storyline of they don't know whose corner Mr. Perfect's in, and it was so simple but so well done.
SummerSlam 92 is just a really good card all around. Well, I'll say that. The top match is really good, like Michaels and Martel.
That's alright, it's just a weird one.
Yeah, it's so weird, and then you just have like Sherry exposing her whole ass, which is a weird one.
It's a choice, isn't it? Elizabeth, you don't belong out here.
So I'm looking at the WWE title lineage, and Inoki won it and refused. refused to drop it, so we just vacated the fucking title.
Amazing.
Because what are you going to do? Have Inoki lose?
Yeah, there's very few people that are going to be able to take it off Inoki.
I'm sure Backlund could have done it. He's one of those secret badasses.
You mean with so much outside interference from your guy, Mr. Perfect? Tough.
Did you see a post come out recently where people they listed how many days NXT UK had their champions and were like, I love how they have long reigns, and we didn't run shows last year.
I was just going to say, they didn't start for ages, so...
Yeah, so I'm not being funny, Kaylee Ray and Walter I'm pretty sure Walter would have still had a long reign, but their reigns were as long as they had because they were inactive for 200 days out of 300 last year. And you can't call Walter's reign prestigious when Joe Coffey's one of his biggest fans.
No, true.
Fuck off, El.
Oh,
See, El Hebner loves it when people cheer for him, which is a bad trait for a referee to have.
that is true. The referee...
Have you ever seen his old Twitter?
Yes, I think you've told me about this.
Yeah.
1, 2... Oh... I like the story we're going for here.
What, with Savage's leg?
Yeah.
Well, he set up the thing before, it's natural.
Yeah, I know, but Savage can actually sell it, which so many people apparently can't.
Yeah. Looking at you, Kenta. You know who's really good at selling the leg is Eddie Kingston. Great actor. One day, I might have to show you the Mike Quackenbush match in Chikara. Also, this is going to be stupidly obscure and you're going to laugh at me, but Jessica Troy in PWA in Australia.
No, you're right, that is extremely niche.
Hey man, I saw hype for the match, so I watched it.
Hey man. Oh, he's won!
He grabbed the tights now. This isn't fair to Flair. Oh, right, because he won the belt in the Rumble, didn't he?
He did.
Is this would you say this is the last the Hulkamania era Manias?
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
Maybe 9?
No.
Yeah, I wasn't. Oh my god! I just looked up. Meltzer only gave Bret versus Piper 3.5.
I know.
He gave this 4.25.
I think it's more the story going into this.
Yeah, the story going into this is good. I don't agree with the guy giving it a 10.
Go on, Liz.
See that sheet? It's like you laid hands on Elizabeth.
To be fair, it wouldn't surprise me. Savage's paranoia was well known.
Yeah.
I was wondering who that was then that gave Savage a kick. It's perfect.
I can't believe the matches they threw between this and the main event. So, after this, you have Tatanka versus Rick Martel, The Natural Disasters versus Money Incorporated, and Owen Hart versus Skinner.
Skinner?
And... So, yeah, that's ridiculous. How long did the main event go? The main event was 12 minutes and ended in DQ.
Yeah, it was the Papa Shango Ultimate Warrior debacle.
Hogan still won that.
Oh, of course he did.
But it was by DQ, so what's the point? Just have it be a post-match angle.
Right, let's pause it here, because that's roughly the end of what happened. I enjoyed that, Chris. What about you?
I like it. It's a good match for the time. It's probably... there's blood all over that.
Oh, that guy's Jackie. Yeah, there is.
Again, it's not my favourite match of the night. That's definitely Piper versus Hart. But it's probably the best WWF title match on a Mania up until that point.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably not the most iconic.
Yeah, because the rest of them were Hogan.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Hogan, actually, it was Hogan Bundy, Hogan Andre. Oh, Macho.
Macho was 4.
And DiBiase.
Was 4.
But then there was Hogan and
Savage.
Macho.
Yeah.
Hogan and Warrior and Hogan and Sloth.
Fucking hell.
Which, according to Joseph Montesilio, they had really fun matches in the Garden, but not a good match at Mania.
No, that match at Mania was fucking dull. What did you give this, Chris?
4.
I'm happy with 4 stars. I think it was a good match. It was well worth. There was a good story told. The addition of Elizabeth didn't make it feel overbooked. It added to the story, because obviously the story was all about her. Yeah, a really good way to finish off our podcast for today, I think. And that's the end, Chris. That is the end of today's episode. Thank you so much for listening, guys. We really do appreciate it.
You should invest in MJF coin.
MJF coin?
Yeah, haven't you seen that? He's launched his own cryptocurrency.
Oh, for fuck's sake. No, I haven't seen
it. He's a heel, Rob.
Yeah, thank you so much for listening, guys. Don't forget you can subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Leave us a 5-star review if you think we've deserved it, or just any sort of review. Help us out. Really does help the podcast out. You can go to the website, www.podmania.co.uk, for all our archived episodes and match ratings, including the matches that we've rated today. If you think, if you would like, you can donate to us on Coffee, PodMania Podcasting Network.
If you do, Rob will take his clothes off for you.
Absolutely, I am nothing above being a massive hoe for money.
I'm too sexy for my shirt.
Too sexy for my shirt. So yeah, that would be great. If you think we've deserved it, that'd be grand. You can find us on Twitter at PodMania. You can talk to Chris at...
Your mum. I didn't think of a thing.
Okay, that brilliant. Yeah, certainly one of your best. You can find Garth at the Garthberg. You can talk to me at Real Rob Goodwin. A couple of things just to keep an eye out for. The new episode of The Pure Spective is up now.
And if you listen to the one next week, I'll be complaining about Danhausen.
Yes, if you are not a fan of Danhausen, that will certainly be an episode for you to listen to. The new episode of PodMania Underground, where me and Chris take a chronological journey through the batshit insane world of Lucha Underground, that will be on the feed on Monday at 8 p.m. British Standard Time, so go and check that out. But yeah, in the meantime, guys, thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk to you guys again soon.
Bye, bitch.
You've been listening to the PodMania Pro Wrestling Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at PodMania, Facebook at PodMania Podcasts, and YouTube and Instagram at Real PodMania. And check out the website, podmania.co.uk. Until next time, wrestling fans.